Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Project Spotlights, where we feature the people who are building and creating the technology of today and tomorrow. It's great to be here, and apologies for skipping the day. We ought to have this yesterday, but it's coming up today, so we apologize for that. Today, I have with me Manoah from CrowdPass, and they are building the future. I first heard about them from Kaswine, and it was something quite amazing. But I have Manoah here with me. He's the co-founder of CrowdPass, and I'll just let him do the talking. Hello, Manoah.
Yeah, hello, sir. GM, everyone, to all our listeners. Like you mentioned, my name is Manoah Luca, popularly known as Manu.dev, co-founder at CrowdPass, an event ticketing platform built on the blockchain and currently deployed on the Starknet blockchain.
Great,
Yeah.
great, 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 great. Uh, I when I interview people here, I like to ask the why. Why CrowdPass? Like, what made you decide? Okay, we want to create this. What problem arose that you decided? Okay, this is what we want to solve. Let's talk us through it.
Yeah, interesting. So there's a problem, a very big problem with the event ticketing industry of today. And that's because most of the industries we have, or most of the platforms we have today, are built on a Web2 infrastructure. And then ticketing works well on the blockchain. Now, these are the reasons. So, CrowdPass is solving two problems, which is two serious loopholes in event organization. So, over the years, um, there has been a very big leakage in ticket sales. So this is it. You can be an organizer for an event, and let's say you are using one of these ticketing platforms, one of these Web2 ticketing platforms to power your event, right? And then let's say you want about 100 tickets for your event. And then your tickets goes for, let's say, 2,000 naira or 1,000 naira. Let's use 1,000 naira as an example. So while this ticket sales has been going on, as soon as your 100 tickets is being sold, those platforms themselves can choose to even inflate the number. That is, instead of selling 100 tickets, they can choose to sell 120. And then at the end of the day, you have just 100 to yourself and 20 goes to theirs. That's because they are built on an infrastructure that is not transparent enough for what we are building. So that's why we went for CrowdPass. So CrowdPass is an event ticketing platform built on the blockchain. That is to say, our tickets are not the regular Web2 type of tickets. Our tickets in this case are NFTs. And with NFTs, they have unique identifications because that's how tickets are supposed to be. A ticket is supposed to be unique to everyone who is purchasing that particular ticket, right? Yeah. Um, So our tickets are NFTs, and with that, we are very sure that they are unique. And on CrowdPass, let's say you want just 100 NFTs within your collection, which are 100 tickets, we can't go beyond that number because if we do, you can be able to track that from the blockchain. So what we are just doing with CrowdPass is substituting this lack of trust or lack of transparency that exists in Web2 event ticketing and bringing in the real stuff, which is blockchain ticketing, as it should be.
Okay, great, great, great. All right, let's do this. What's it like? Okay, you just spoke about how the tickets are minted as NFT. Can you tell us about how that works, and then also walk us through the ticket of through the process of purchasing a ticket up to the point of attending an event? How does it work?
Okay, cool. So as soon as event organizers create their event on our platforms, we mint an NFT collection which is unique to that particular event. And then users then come to purchase that particular ticket from our platform. So if they purchase, our ticket is going to be in charge of minting all the NFTs to the people buying the tickets. So if you make your purchase using cryptocurrency for your tickets, in return, the smart contract is going to mint that ticket or that NFT to you. And then it keeps going until the final ticket or the final NFT for the collection is being minted out to the last person. So that's just our flow.
Great, great. Oh,
Yeah.
great. Okay, let's talk about it's CrowdPass actually being in use. You were used as a plot first, and how did the platform? How did this go? I want to understand how that was because this is an actual use case here. This is an actual scenario of it being used. I want to understand how that went. What was the feedback like from probably attendees, organizers, and everyone?
Okay. So we've been on mainnet, I think, for like a month now. But then we had this strategic partnership with Prodfest to power the event and then be the ticketing platform of the day. And one of the major issues they had in the first place was Prodfest. This is the first ever Prodfest that was being organized. And then they were skeptical. We are a Web3 product, and then the people that they are bringing to this event might not be Web3 users. In short, a whole large number of them, about 80% of the attendees, have not interacted with the blockchain before. And then you agree with me how cumbersome it can be to like get onboarded on the blockchain and even have your first transaction being run, right? So they were worried, but they wanted to make it happen using CrowdPass. So how could we make it work? So we had to bring like the same Web2 experience that exists in normal event ticketing platforms. We had to replicate it in a Web3 way. And then people ended up signing up for those events, registering without even having contact with the people that have never had contact with the blockchain before, were able to use our product seamlessly because of the Web2 feeling. So talking about stuffs like we use the cartridge SDK, that was of a very good help to us to abstract the wallet connection stuffs. So you don't have to download a browser extension. All you just need is a pop-up that will just ask you to log in, whether with your passkey or with your Google account or with any of your social accounts. And then it was very easy because most of these Web2 guys are already familiar with using their social accounts and using their passkeys. I think one of the places we had a little bit of issues was with the passkeys. So we had users that their devices didn't have passkeys. So passkeys, I mean stuffs like either your face ID or a thumbprint. So people were not having that. So an account was not be able to be created for them. But then there was another option. They could use either their Discord and their Gmail. So automatically people started using their Google accounts and then they were getting their wallets, and then all of them got signed up for the event. And then we got a very good number of people who interacted with the blockchain for the first time. To be honest, it was our first time on mainnet and our first time launching. It was very crazy because some people had some issues, but we're trying to solve it. But in the end, I was very, very happy because I couldn't believe that large number of people could get onboarded on the blockchain seamlessly without any problem at all. But it was made possible. And then lastly, our transactions are completely gasless. So with the aid of cartridge controller 2, we integrated their paymaster, and with that users can be able to run their transactions without paying for a single dime. To be honest, a lot of people use the platform and they didn't even know that they were working with the blockchain until when I hopped on stage and then explained to people that, hey, if you use CrowdPass, then congratulations to you, you just made your first interaction on the blockchain. Yeah, so that was how it went.
Amazing. Okay, let's talk about how scalable CrowdPass is because you understand. Okay, is it something designed for small gatherings, or would you say it's something that also works for large gatherings, or like what's? I think I'm talking
Yeah,
through
we
that.
work for big or small gatherings, anyone at all. So, like, we
Okay.
powered the whole conference on its own, and there were roughly about 400 attendees. And aside that, we also were in charge of the after party. So there was an after party for the event where people get to do like the real grooving and the party and all those stuff. And then CrowdPass also powered that also. So with that, there was like a smaller number. I think for the after party, we had about 70 people there about. So you can see we can power any type of event, big or small. But in terms of scalability, I would say we ran into a little bit of issue when powering the after party, which I consider it as a very, very big lesson, and we are going to go back to iterate on that too. So for the after party, we're supposed to receive normal. We're supposed to People are supposed to buy the tickets. So, like for the normal event, the tickets are free, right? Which makes it a free event for
Yeah.
the prod fest. But for the after party, it was gated. So people were supposed to pay a particular amount of money before they could be able to get access. But currently on our platform, all we're able to receive is crypto. Stark or USDC on Starknet or USDT. That was what we were receiving. But then there was an issue. Now, most of these people haven't had contact with the blockchain before. Some of them don't even own cryptocurrencies, but they had Naira and they were very willing to attend this event, right? So the issues we were facing was I actually wish there was an on-ramp or off-ramp service that we have already integrated prior to that. We'll have had people seamlessly switch their Naira to USDT on Starknet and then be able to purchase the tickets for the after party. So at the end of the day, what happened was we had to make the after party a free event and then receive funds in normal Naira payments, which we still have to go back in the iteration also. So that's just basically it on how scalable CrowdPass can be.
Well, like the Minister of Communication, Bosun Tijani said, where are the builders? I hope you guys can hear an off-ramp. This is a problem now. Who is available to solve this? This is a problem here, and whoever is breaking this is sure to make moves in the space here. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so you're built on Starknet. You're built on
Yeah.
Starknet. And, how would you say being built on Starknet has made the CrowdPass platform more scalable and functional?
To be honest, transactions are super fast, just like your normal Web2 platforms. Like I said, you wouldn't even know you are working with the blockchain. Super fast. And then how things have been abstracted and made easy for easy onboarding on the ecosystem. So I would say building on CrowdPass has been a very, very big cheat code for us as CrowdPass.
Okay. You spoke about, okay, you've been on mainnet for a month, and this Protfest was like the first. What was it like with the organizers? Like, how did the fact that, okay, this was a blockchain thing, how did it build trust between, let's say, organizers and then the attendees? Now, you already said that the attendees did not even know they were interacting with the blockchain and everything, but just what was that trust system like?
To be honest, we did a lot of back and forth with the organizers of the event because they were very, very skeptical about using a Web3 platform when it has never worked before because of the caliber of people they were waiting for. So we as CrowdPass, we promised them a seamless onboarding process. We actually went to about 3 different iterations with them before when they saw the last stuff they did and then they realized that, yeah, this could work. So the main problem was with the passkey at first. We were back and forth. And then finally, when we got the email login and the email verification stuff, they were bullish and they knew everything was going to work out well. So we just put our link out through their websites, and then signups were just coming in small. And before you know it, everywhere was banging.
Great,
But to be honest, it was not an easy one. Like trying to convince event organizers or normal people who are used to Web2 platforms to use Web3, to be honest, it's not easy at all. You have to abstract a lot of things before they can give you listening ears.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so you've done this, it was successful. What's next in terms of, say, partnership and the works? What else are you pushing now on this? What else should we be looking forward to?
Yeah, to be honest, we are not stopping here. Like I said, I learned a very big lesson from the after party. So currently we are going to be integrating a lot of stuffs to know how to be able to make money out of these platforms, right? So the next iteration for CrowdPass now is how the platform can be able to make money for itself. And then we cannot limit ourselves to collecting only particular cryptocurrencies. So we are going to be robust and open our arms to more and more partnerships. In short, from the crowd, just from powering Protfest alone, we got to discuss with a lot of event organizers that listened to our idea and they were very much interested to work with us. So there are a lot of partnerships already coming in. And then people we are looking at currently are not just Web3 savvy people already. We want people that have no contact with the blockchain at all, but can be able to use CrowdPass. So this is our next target audience. More partnerships, more events, more tickets getting sold from the Starknet blockchain through CrowdPass.
Okay. Great. Okay, so while building CrowdPass, can you share with us some of the issues you face? Because I think that's anything that's going to work, there will definitely be some issues that you encountered.
Yeah.
So can you talk us through what were the issues you faced and how did you overcome them?
Okay. So everything was working well. So we wrote the first contract, built the UI, and then we started integrating with the Ready SDK. So Ready had an invisible SDK, right? So the invisible SDK could be used. The invisible SDK, all you just need to log in with the invisible SDK is your email address, and then you can be able to interact with the Starknet blockchain. It also has a paymaster feature and all of those stuffs. So while building with the Ready SDK, we already went to testnet with that, and all of a sudden they just announced that they are going to be subsetting the SDK. So there will be no more further updates. And then with the Ready SDK, a lot of things were kind of slow. So like the iframe trying to pop up and the rest were slow. So we're already on back and forth with the Ready team, asking them how they could make it better. They were very much interested in making the invisible SDK better, right? But the only issue is the Ready team had like other stuffs they had in mind that they were working on, like the metal card and all those other stuff. So their attention was already divided. And then the invisible SDK was not anything they were coming back to anytime soon. And then our users want something that is seamless and very fast. So we had to scrap out the whole of that integration for the Ready SDK and start integrating over again to get the cartridge SDK running. So I think those are one of the few hitches we ran into while building. But aside that, building has been smooth. Our devs are very much familiar with Cairo and are ready to do more stuffs. So this is just the
Great.
problem we faced.
Great. Okay, so while building this, okay, let's come to Broad first. You said it took a bit to get the organizers to agree to work with you, and in fact, it was the third iteration that they agreed to work with. So, how would you say for would I say organizers, yes, who are not, who will be skeptical, of course, they are used to something and you're telling them to bring it on chain and do something. For organizers who are not familiar with this and who are skeptical about adopting this blockchain-based ticketing system, what advice would you give them to help them make the transition, to make it easier for them?
So like I said, currently we are building for the future. And then if, as an event organizer, you don't see the problem, then you're not going to use CrowdPass now. But one thing I know for sure is that subsequently, every event organizer is going to be needing CrowdPass. Likewise, every event attendee is going to be needing CrowdPass. So for the event organizers, all I can say is if you want tamper proof, you don't want a fraudulent system, you want a completely transparent event management and ticketing platform, then you come for CrowdPass. But if you are going to still keep working with the Web2 guys, trust me, it's going to still work. Their platforms are working completely fine and okay, but there's a big problem that is underlying. And that's the first problem that I explained about lack of transparency in the amount of tickets that are being sold. So if you see that problem as an event organizer, then gradually you are porting into CrowdPass. But our problem, the solution we are solving is for a problem of today, and the solution is also for the future, for people who are going to hop on the blockchain. Our only issue for now is for users to get easily onboarded onto it. That's just our issue for now.
Great. Okay, so speaking of Broadfest earlier, what was it like? Like, were there any memorable moments, or did you get any interesting insights from using CrowdPass at Broadfest that you decided, okay, this thing, oh, it really stands out to you? Can you tell us about it?
Hmm. So I was completely bullish about it though. At first, I was kind of shaky because after let's say if you build your first car or you build your first airplane, and then you want to fly it, that's where the problem comes in, right? So you are going to be a bit skeptical. Is this going to crash? Are people going to accept this? Are people going to get used to you telling them, hey, connect wallets instead of using your email and all of those other stuffs? But you never know until you try, right? And then one big thing I've learned that I can say for sure is that for now, we'll keep looking for partnerships and we'll make sure we onboard the next people. We don't care whether people understand how Web3 works or not. All we just know is that we are going to abstract this and it's going to keep getting to people. So that's one thing I learned.
Great, 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 great. Okay, so let's talk about what to look forward to. Do you have any upcoming features or did I say innovations that you are adding, or like probably collaborations within the space that we should look forward to?
Yeah. So prior to this, one of the features we are working on is we are going to be working with NFCs, which are near field communication devices. So with those NFCs, we are going to have a CrowdPass profile for every event organizer and every attendee. So we are going to be integrating your CrowdPass profile into your NFC tag. So when you attend such events, instead of we always collecting your email to verify you or to check you in, all we just need to do is just tap our device to your NFC and we are going to get your details and verify you and check you in. So our next iteration is to try to make CrowdPass, try to make the UX much more simpler, and then integrate the on-ramp and off-ramp system. To be honest, if we have an on-ramp system today, then it's going to be to the moon, to be honest.
Great, great, great. Okay, so for people now who are looking to use CrowdPass for their own events, how can they get information about getting started with the platform and everything? Can
Okay,
you?
so all you just have to do is go to crowdpassevents.com, and from there they can be able to log in, create their own events, and then start selling their tickets. So the step process are very, very easy. I think you just do it in 3 simple steps. First, you provide all your event details. Then next, you select the quantity of tickets you want and all those stuffs. And then finally, we do the minting and everything for you behind the scene. Then your users can go in and start purchasing their tickets.
Great, great, great. Okay, so let's look at it this way. Let me be a little naughty. If people are looking to say, oh, other chains, for example, they are coming in, they're like, okay, we want to use CrowdPass for our events also. But then they might want to say, oh, we don't want anything sounding like, oh, probably something for other chains, other chains. Does that work with CrowdPass? Are they able to use CrowdPass in that manner?
So for now, I don't think we've had anybody that has had an issue for us because of chains. Like Protfest,
Okay,
Starknet was not a sponsor for Protfest. The headline sponsor
okay,
for Protfest was Leaks, the Plateau State government, Ethereum Foundation, and they were very much okay. Our CrowdPass booth was even next to the Leaks booth, and we were just doing our
okay.
stuffs, and everybody was okay and good to go. The most important thing is
Great.
that this shit works, right? That's just what we want,
It works.
and it's working.
Building products that works. That's what it's about. Building products that works.
100%, man.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you very much, Manu. It has been quite delightful talking to you. As a person, would definitely be talking about CrowdPass. I can assure you that because talking to you today and hearing about it has been quite amazing. It has been quite amazing. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for joining us, Manu. Thank you very, very much. It's been great having you here. And to our listeners, thank you very, very much for joining us. It's been great. It's been great. It's been great. It's been great. Follow Starknet Africa. Follow Starknet Africa. And remember, there's always something for you to do on the chain. There's always something for you to do on the chain. Whether you're writing Cairo or not, there is something for you to do. Just come in, whether you're a content creator, you are this, you're that, just come in and the sky is your limit. The sky is your limit. Thank you very much, Manoah, and it's great having you. And thank you very much, our listeners, for joining us. See you next week on another edition of Project Spotlights. Good night.